Hello everybody, how are you today? It's Rob Wynn. I am back with some more commonly confusing English words explained. I'm going to explain them. This is the last video in the homonyms. So homonyms are when you have a word, or two words, or more than two words, spelt the same, sounding the same, but with different meanings. Alright, so we're going to look at a few more today, and I'm going to be going from S to W. Alright, so but before I get to those, I would love you to like this video. Now, I know you haven't seen it yet, so you could watch it first and then like it if you do like it. But if you just want to like it anyway, because you like my videos, you can do that. That'd be great. Helps the algorithms, those bloody algorithms. Subscription is yours if you want by tapping that subscribe button. Share it. You can share it as well. Share it with your friends, your family. And last but not least, that bell is a notification bell. Tap that, and then every time I release a new video, 3 a week, you will be notified. You don't want to miss out. All right. So let's get on with S to W. The first one is sink. Sink. Now, you may know sink as a sink where we do the washing up. My favourite chore. If I had to do one, on a desert island, I'd choose washing up because people don't do it properly. I see dishes that aren't washed properly. It drives me round the bend. But regardless, that is what a sink is. But it's more than just that. A sink is a verb is when something goes down below the surface of something, especially of liquid, when it becomes submerged in something. So you may know that is a ship that we did in the last video that sunk. That's the past simple of sink. And as you can see there, the Titanic hit an iceberg, and whoever got that picture, their timing was perfect. Now, verb, that is to sink, but also to fail or not be seen or heard of again. So you may, a film, for example, if a film sinks without trace, it's never heard of again. It failed. It sunk. All right. Next one, spirit. Spirit. Now, what is a spirit? There's a few meanings, of course, because it's a homonym. There's the non-physical part of a person, which is the seat of emotions and character, otherwise known as the soul. So that is a spirit of somebody or something. And you've also got the non-physical part of a person manifested as an apparition after their death. A ghost. So there, that's a ghost. A friendly one. Also, you have in Britain, and this is something I learned as well, it's only in Britain that a spirit, a drink, a whiskey there, is called a spirit. So I don't know what they call it in like America, Australia. Do you not call it spirits? According to lexico.com, it's just British. And another one I didn't know, I learned this as well on lexico.com, is as the verb spirit is to move rapidly and secretly. So I didn't know that. If you wanted to kind of steal something, I guess. And the example they gave was stolen cows were spirited away some distance to prevent detection. So that is new to me and probably new to you as well. Never used it and probably never will, other than to tell you about it. All right, next one, squash. Squash. Now, what's squash? A lot of different meanings with squash. First of all, over here, look at that. That is when people are squashed, when people are put together. You're in what's the word? Like you're in a confined space. So here you can see they are queuing up for something, and that certainly couldn't have happened recently, not with COVID, but I'm sure you've been in crowds before in the past where it's really busy. You might be on a tube or a train at a football match, perhaps. When you're in a crowd somewhere, or a festival. When festivals, they're coming back now, fantastic, and there's lots of people squashed. But squashed is like, it can be crowded, but squashed is when you're really close. So if you've ever been to England and you've been on the tube, which is like an underground train, it can get really busy in there, and sometimes you are like your face up against the window. It's that squashed. But one thing that I don't drink, but over here, squash, this is orange squash, and this is when it's condensed, it's like a not like juice, because it's condensed and you have to mix it with water to get the flavour. I don't drink this because they're not great for you. It's got sugar in it. And it's not as good as this. This is the best drink. Oh, water. You can't beat it. What else with squash? You got the food as well. This is over here, squash. That's a butternut squash, which are delicious, but really hard. Like, I remember cutting into a butternut squash. It was like trying to cut into metal. They're really, really tough. So we'll whack it in the oven first. All right. That's my other YouTube video about cooking. As well with squash. Oh yeah, a game. The squash is a game. Over here, there you go. There's a couple of guys playing squash. A game I've never played. Have you played it? Get it down in the comments. I want to play it because it's really, the cardio workout is intense because you're running about, you're not stopping. And I do hope to start one day. So that is squash, the game of squash. And also, what else is there? I think that is it. Yeah, that's it. So let's move on. Tie. Now, a tie is some sort of cord that you can tie something to. Here we have a shoe with shoelace, and the laces, you tie it together. You tie a knot in it, do little knots in it so it doesn't fall off and it's tight onto your foot. But you've also got over here a tie. This is a guy wearing a tie, and over there's another guy wearing a bow tie. So you see the action of tying. There's the verb to tie. They both tied the tie. So basically you've got to tie it into a little knot on both ones. And I can do this one over here. Bow tie, never. I mean, when would I wear a bow tie? I think I've worn one once. I can't remember why, but they're a little bit. I mean, I don't even wear tie really, like a regular tie, unless it's a wedding or a funeral. Okay, moving on with tie. Is there anything else? Well, of course, as a noun, a person could be tied to a commitment as well. So you might be responsible for something. So you might have to do something and you can't get out of it. It's maybe a job. You're tied to your job. Perhaps you can't get out what you have to do for your job. That's a tie. You're tied to that. And also like a link of some sort as well. So some sort of connection. You're tied to something physically as well. And in sport as well, if you're a fan of sport, as I am, I love football. If two teams draw, that's also called a tie. So there's been a tie between these two teams. And also, if they're in a cup competition, then you would say Crystal Palace, the greatest team in the world, have tied. They've got into the next round. They have a tie with this other team. So you can use it in that context as well. So lots more. Next one, train. Now, what's a train? You may know it as one of those, a train, transport, where, obviously gets you from A to B quite fast, a train. But the actual meaning of train is when things are connected. It's that connection. There's a connection sort of on a train that the carriages are connected together to get to somewhere. But you can also have trains with your thought. You can have there's a saying, a train of thought. So maybe one thought leads to another, and that's that connection, and that's the That's why that phrase is used. And also, this is important. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm training you. I'm a teacher, so you get it with personal trainers in cardiovascular works in gyms. There you go, bit of training going on there. And yeah, so if you do that, if you teach, you're a trainer as well, because you're training someone's mind to learn more and to gain more knowledge. This is physical, exercise and training your body, but of course you can train your mind and anything else that you need to improve. Gonna try my favorite drink again, because if you talk a lot, you can get parched. The voice gets parched, so when it gets dry, so there's nothing better to quench that thirst. That thirst, thirst. I almost said first. That's a different word. That's with an F. Thirst. All right. Prepare. Yeah. Again, you can. This is like the training person or an animal. So maybe you're training an animal. I know you love your dogs. You can train a dog, right? Can't train a cat, really, can you? Cats aren't as easy to train, but maybe you can. I'm sure there's bound to be some videos with trained cats. But in essence, cats don't want to be trained. They just want to be left alone to do what they want. Dogs love it though. Train a dog, they're well into it. All right, next one. Type. So we did letter, didn't we? A few videos back. It might have been the last video. Well, type is what you do when you're writing a letter on a computer. So there we go, over here, actually do one over here. That is somebody typing. They're typing. That's the verb to type. But also the noun type is a category of person that have common characteristics, so they can be similar. So you, like in relationships, you might have a type of person that you find attractive. They are your type. And that's it really with type, those two meanings. Next one is watch. So of course you've got this kind of watch, which is a timepiece you wear on your hand to tell the time. But also the noun is an act or instance of carefully observing or something over a period of time. So again, that could be a verb to watch. That is a verb to watch, but also a noun, like they are maybe in the army or something. They're on a watch. That is their call, and they're on a watch. So they're watching out for the enemy or something like that. So it can be a noun and a verb. And also as a verb, you can watch over someone. So you observe and you guard in a protective way. So maybe you're a bodyguard and you're protecting somebody, so you need to watch over that person. Or even if it's children, you watch out for them, and you can warn them. Watch yourself, and it's usually in imperative. Be careful, like used as a warning or sometimes a threat. That's watch. Next one. This is the last one. We're there. Wave. Now you may know that kind of wave. That's the verb to wave. But also over here you've got a wave, the noun, which is the sea. It's surfers. They love a wave. You surf. You need the waves. Really, the high waves to be able to get a good surf going. And yeah, so. With the wave, you can do that to say hi, but also you can wave somebody if you're directing them. You're waving them in it's over there. That's kind of a wave. But also you've got there, over here actually, Beyonce. Beyonce have lots of examples of wavy hair. So she's got hair that's in waves, nice and curly. All right, that is it. Thank you so much. Hopefully you have watched all of the videos about homonyms. But if you haven't, you can do it now. There'll be I'll put some up here. There'll be some links so you can go and watch those. There's also links to Spammer Grammar, which is my challenge that I do every week to test your grammar knowledge and your editing skills. And if you have liked this video, tap that like button, please. Subscribe, please, if you do want to. and share it. That'd be great. If you have friends and family, you want to share it with them so they can learn about the homonyms, these homonyms. And then if you want to be notified for the next videos, tap that bell button. All right, we're done. We're done today. Thank you so much for watching this. I really, really appreciate it. I will bid you farewell for this week, and I will speak to you in a few days for the next Spammer Grammar session. All right, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.